In medieval Europe, the church and kings held immense power, shaping even the most private aspects of life, love and sex. Their control was absolute. The church dictated sexual morality, while kings enforced these rules through law. Sex was seen as a necessary evil, only for procreation, and straying from this path meant risking damnation or punishment. Marriages were arranged for political gain, not love, leaving many trapped in unions devoid of affection. Fear of excommunication, of losing one's soul, of royal retribution, kept people obedient. Love became a source of anxiety, overshadowed by duty and expectation. Personal freedom was sacrificed for the sake of order. Desire was not a private matter, but something to be regulated. In this world, happiness was often lost to fear and control. The church's rules on sex were strict, only within marriage, only for children. Pleasure was sinful, and breaking these rules meant social exile and threats of eternal damnation. The church enforced its doctrine with the threat of excommunication, trapping many in unhappy marriages. Divorce was nearly impossible, and personal choice was rarely considered. The pressure to produce heirs was relentless, regardless of personal happiness. Sexual morality was a tool for control, not fulfillment. Love was rarely joyful, overshadowed by fear of sin. The church's grip left little room for freedom or desire. Women in medieval Europe had almost no say in marriage or their own lives. Consent was ignored, marriages were arranged for family gain, not love. Girls, sometimes barely teenagers, were married off to older men, treated as commodities. This lack of agency left women isolated, powerless, and trapped in loveless unions. From childhood, women were expected to obey, with no regard for their wishes. Their lives were defined by duty, not happiness. Love and autonomy were luxuries few women ever knew. Virginity was everything for women in medieval society, a symbol of family honor. Virginity tests were invasive and humiliating, reducing a woman's worth to her body. Failing these tests meant shame or even annulment. The pressure to remain pure left many women living in fear. Purity was a cruel standard, stripping women of agency and dignity. Brothels were common in medieval cities, tolerated as a necessary evil. Women working there faced harsh conditions, exploitation, and social stigma. Many were driven to prostitution by poverty or coercion, then forced to live as outcasts. Cities regulated brothels to control disease and maintain order, but this only deepened the workers' isolation. Despite their economic role, brothel workers were denied rights and respect. Their lives were marked by danger and marginalization. The reality was far from the romanticized tales of medieval love. Deviating from societal norms in medieval Europe could be deadly, especially for those who were gay or different. The church and law condemned homosexuality as a grave sin, punishable by death. Many hid their true selves, living in constant fear of discovery and persecution. Social ostracism and legal punishment enforced conformity. Isolation and secrecy defined the lives of those who didn't fit the mold. Medieval society's intolerance left little room for acceptance or happiness. Their struggles remind us why acceptance matters. For nobles, marriage was about politics, not love. Royal unions secured alliances and heirs, with personal desires sacrificed for duty. Kings often sought affection elsewhere, while queens faced harsh consequences for infidelity. Privilege didn't guarantee happiness. Nobles balanced duty and desire, often at great personal cost. The pressure to maintain power left little space for genuine affection. The illusion of happiness masked deep sacrifices. Love was rarely more than a tool for power. The reality of medieval love was far from the romantic myths. Marriage was about survival and duty, not passion. The church, monarchy, and rigid norms made love a source of anxiety. Today's freedoms highlight how far we've come from those oppressive times. The myth of medieval romance reminds us to value personal choice and happiness. The quest for love is timeless, but its meaning has changed with society.